Alright, I got some dyed blanks here. Now, all these were dyed with some cactus juice, stabilizing compound, and the green liquid dye that I put in there. Now, you can tell these are all different woods, and even though they were done at the same time with the same amount of vacuum and the same amount of dye, these woods, different woods, just pull in different amounts of the stabilizing compound. Therefore, it pulls in different amounts of the actual coloring. So I'm going to take probably these 5 here, and I'm going to make about 5 pins out of it, and we'll see how they come out compared to the different coloring. So just follow the video and see what you think. Alright, now I see them sell special tools for this, but y'all, all you need is a couple of V-blocks. Just get you some good hardwood. This is white oak. And you can take you and make you a couple of V-blocks with your saw or your router or just whatever tool you got, and then work great. And then if for some reason you get into it with your drill bit's still good. But I just make my V-blocks to where they're the notch for just under a 3/4 inch. And there we go. And when I drill these, I used to stick a little jig on there and mark the middle and all, but now I just eyeball it. Eyeball it, it's close enough for a pin. Alright, once you get them drilled and ready to glue in, I got some 150 emery here, and these tubes I get, and I've seen them on all these little Slimline, Funline, whatever, these little 7mm. Ain't none of them scored, so you can do that. See if I can get it full. There you go. And just score it up some. That cleans the shine off and lets that super glue stick to it. Because the pins I'm going to make are these little kits here. I get them from Rising Industries. I usually carry 5 different finishes, so I can keep a few samples of each type of wood. But I always keep me a bunch of these, that way I don't have to open a pin kit just to get the tubes out. So I can go ahead and tube them all, and I ain't got to open the kit until I get ready to assemble it. And I use the CA medium. Some people will use the thick for this. And make sure you get your little wooden dowel. I know people say they make an insert tool, but yeah, they'll make a tool for everything, and they'll sell you a tool for everything too. If you don't need to spend money on it, why do it? And this, once it gets the glue built up on it. You take it over to the sander, sand it back to a point, and you're good to go. Now, my glue, this medium I got here, is a little runny. It's been a while. It had been a while since I did any finishes, and I made a few pins, and I was like, well, in order to make sure the finish is good, I'm gonna thin it out. So I got me some thin, just to add to it. And it just thinned it out some. That way it ain't too thick, it don't go on too thick, and it'll leave a good finish. Because if it's too thick, you're gonna have a problem with your finishes if you're using it for finish. But anyway, you'll get all these in, and it won't take them long to set up. I probably should go get my, I got a new tube of medium. I just ain't broke out yet, and it'd be a little bit thicker for this here, but in order to keep from getting them confused, I just do it this way. Because you can always, if you're using the thin, once you get it in there and you think, well, I don't know, I'll just go ahead and pour a little bit around the end there. That'd be okay. Whenever you go stick your little milling tool in there, it'll clean out that hole anyway. As you can see, I'm dropping it all over this mat, but that's why I like these silicone mats. I got a pink one to my left, and this blue one right here below me. Now that blue one, that pink one, they're cheap. They come 3 in a pack, but they're cheap and they tear. I got quite a few tears in it. This blue one is a little bit thicker. I use them primarily for the computers and phones or whatever, because it's the silicone and it don't have the static on it, and it has little bitty parts trays. But I got them on Amazon, and this is what I use, because before I was getting glue all over my table. They'd stick to the table, I'd pull them up and they'd be all over there. But as you see now, I'm using my pink one. Whenever it tears up enough, I just throw it away. And I got another one of these blue mats inside I can bring out. So you can use the medium, or you can even use the thick for this. If for some reason you got a drill bit that's making too wide of a hole, which I have before, it has some edges on it or something, or it wasn't running completely true and it was making too wide of a hole. But you can use the thick. I just use the medium. This just got thinned out a little much. And this one here is cedar. I smelt it when I cut it. A lot of them, once I do that, once I actually do the dyeing, I can't tell what they're made of. But this in here, it cut soft and I could smell it as soon as I cut into it. That's that aromatic cedar, red cedar, which this is the South. We got them, I know, around my house. I got them growing everywhere. And if you see right there, sometimes I'm just pouring it in the hole. You can do that some if you want to, and let it set just a second, but you got to watch with that setting. Sometimes you want to let it set just a second, but if it sets too, it's going to stick to your tube. And when it's stuck good. There ain't no getting it back out. I've had to take a drill in there and get them back out. But we'll let them sit up for a while and we'll come back and start turning them. Okay, I've had these break on me before while doing this, but most of the time and a lot of times you can just glue the pieces back, but seeing this is a multiple layer crack, I don't see any salvaging it. I'm gonna take this one, put it up there. That's where I keep all my spare parts. And you never know, I can make a key ring or something out of it. This in here will go in the trash. I grab me another blank and get it caught up to these, so we'll have 5 of them that are all that colored. Okay, now if you look closely, right here and right here, I didn't have enough super glue on there. And when I sanded it down, I'm down to the wood. So I got to go through the super glue process once again and shine it up again. So when you do that, I just take my 600 grit sandpaper and we'll rough it up. And then I'll go through the process again of putting on the super glue. And I just, cause sometimes I get carried away with this 600 or the 600 and getting the initial polish off. I cover this side first and don't get enough super glue down here either way. And it gets too thin down there. So we'll reapply it and refinish it and go from there. If I don't record it, I'll show the end of it here. Okay, I've refinished it now with a second coat. And you can see all that's covered up. You never know that happened the first time. Now that cedar, of course, y'all know the red cedar is normally red, but it didn't cover up real well. But man, you can see a difference because you can see the green in there, even though you can't tell it's green that well. It just gives it a unique look. I like that. You know, different people just like the unique things. Now this Odie's oil don't really leave a shine on there, but it's an extremely durable finish, and it leaves you that natural look. But you can see the green coming out in that lighter. This looks like it's probably some of the blue gum I got from Arizona. You can just see all the action in that grain and the waviness and movement. So that makes a beautiful pen. Alright, I get these little Slimline pen kits straight from what I believe is the manufacturer in China, Rising Industries. I get them for probably half the price I can get them from any of the U.S. suppliers, and these are comparable quality to anything else. These are made in China, and a lot of the rest of them made in Taiwan, so just take your pick. But anyway, these go together pretty easy. Just stick that in there. This here, your twist mechanism, you want to go down to that little groove there. Take a couple of these blocks out. I'll get it right there. We'll take our pen, double check. Yep, that comes out good. Put that on. I'll get the top with a pocket clip. Get it the right way here. Let's see if we can't match up all the coloring and the grain. And that's it. And this one is the homemade friction polish. They go together pretty simple. And now I'll take it to what they all look like. Alright, here's the different pens I made with the green dye in them. Now, you know, all these, I mean, that green just looks pretty cool. It looks different. You see this cedar one here. Y'all seen me make it, but the green just didn't penetrate it that much. But still, when I put it on that red pen, it makes it look neat. Not sure what type of that wood any of this is really, other than these two. This looks like a blue gum, but still it penetrated pretty good. And you can see that movement in it. So this and the different polishes. This here is my Odie's oil. And this one here is the friction polish. So there's different polishes, different durabilities you can use on these things, and different colorings. But just leave me a message. Tell me what you think. I want to try a few more colors down the road and put them on here, and we'll see how they turn out with these different woods. See y'all on the next one.